Hi, I'm Lima, welcome to my channel. It's time to talk about luxury.
Can you believe it? Can you realize that that all of us, have actually begun the exploration of another world?
In the watch game, you have a lot of watches that carries a lot of history and a lot of pedigree. And one of them is the Omega SpeedMaster, the watch that is very well known for the battle he had with Rolex chronograph. Now is known as the Daytona. They changed the name to be the first watch to be carried by the first man to walk on the moon. So it's a big thing, okay? Because of the pedigree that the SpeedMaster have, no collection is complete without having a single speed on it, okay? But when you start to get into to buy a SpeedMaster, when you go to the website, they have so many offers. They have different sizes, different materials, bracelets, whatever. That's why a watch collection is not complete without having at least one SpeedMaster on it. I already had the SpeedMaster, the Schumacher edition. I sold it. There are days that I regretted selling it, but not anymore. Saying that, it's time for me to have a SpeedMaster on my collection. I've been waiting to pull the trigger in the right model. Like I told you, it's a little bit confusing because they have a huge offer, different case sizes, different materials, but for me I wanted the traditional stainless steel watch, and I saw the 42 millimeters. You have two options on that watch and the prices is around 6,000 euros. But then I saw a piece of the SpeedMaster that suits better to my collection. I like to have exclusive timepieces. I don't like the normal watch. You can go into the store and get one, and that's when I saw in my opinion, this is the SpeedMaster of the SpeedMasters. To fit on my collection, it has to be the 3-to-1 Ed White edition, not 42 millimeters, 39.5 millimeters, and this is really a special watch to have. The price of this watch is not 6,000 euros. This is a little bit more, 15,000 euros. So you may ask, why pay so much when I can go to a store and buy a SpeedMaster for around 6,000 euros? Because this watch is very different from the normal SpeedMaster. I pay a lot more for this watch instead of paying 6,000 euros, and there's a big difference on both models. And to start, the mechanism of this watch, this is a true replica of the mechanism that Ed White used when he did the first walk on the moon. And Omega had to make a thermal scan of the original movement that went to the moon, because it was very damaged, and that's the way for them to try to put a real replica of the mechanism that Ed White used on the moon. And then you have another thing. This watch is not machine-made like a professional SpeedMaster. This is a hand-finished and hand-assembled watch. And you can see the difference when you start looking off the back of the case, when you watch the detail of this mechanism. It's a nice view, and that's why they put a loop on the box of the watch. But I love this mechanism. It's very pleasant to look. The bracelet, silky smooth, this is truly very comfortable bracelet. I love the polish on the sides, the brush on the center, very well made. It doesn't have the clasp doesn't have the quick adjust like a Daytona, but yeah, you still have micro adjustments. You need a tool to do it, but it's very quick to do and very easy. So the detail on the finish is truly special. The dial of this watch, you have at 12 o'clock the logo of the Omega. It's still printed, it's there. You have the ceramic on the datograph, on the case, and the watch is simply amazing. The finish and the detail of the dial, this is a really nice watch. Another thing I love is the mechanism of the chrono. The action when you pull it, you can feel it working. You can feel when it gets to the time that does the click, and you can feel it. It's like for me the reference on feeling of the chronograph is the Daytona, and this is like using a Daytona. It's very similar to the Daytona, and this has a plus. You can watch on the backside the movement working when you push the buttons of the chronograph. It's a pleasure to see how it works. Thing that you cannot do on the Daytona because they have a steel backside of the case. So the Omega did a step forward to the Daytona. You have an extra strap. It's a NATO strap. I believe you have two straps. You have a loop, so you can admire all the details of this mechanism. It's a plus, and when you buy a watch, it's the full experience you can have with a watch. One thing that is always important when you're buying a watch that is not so easy to get, about price and exclusivity. This watch, you have the retail price 15,000 euros, is a lot of money, but it's not easy to get one. I see prices on the secondary market around 22 to 25,000 euros, and that's a reason for that. This is not so exclusive and as a Daytona, but still, even paying this premium, you will keep having your money here, because this is a watch handmade and watch by Omega. It's the only handmade watch. And because of that, this is not a limited edition, but it's a limited production of the watch. They produce more or less 1,000 watches per year, so a lot of demand, not so many supply of the watch. It's 1,000 per year, so I believe you will have your value always on this watch, and is an amazing piece to have, definitely. And if you put aside all the name of the Daytona, if you go and see item to item and compare only a watch, not brand, not anything else, this is hard for me to say because I love Daytonas. The Daytona is one of my favorite watches, but I believe in all senses this is a better watch than a Daytona. There's nothing I can say that stainless steel Daytona is better than this. Okay, you can prefer the look of the Daytona, you can prefer this look. It's a matter of taste, but both watches look very nice. They are very well finished. I believe this can be, I don't know, a little bit more well finished, and the plus of the mechanism. Yeah, it's an amazing watch. If you're waiting to push the trigger on a watch like this, go to an AD, go to the waiting list. If you want to have it now, search for the best deal online. You have a lot of offers there. A lot of people buy the watches to make money on them. Not my case. I only buy watches. I don't sell. I'm on this state of my collection now. I don't want to sell any of the pieces I bought so far, but hey, super watch. I'm super delighted to have it. I love to use it. It's a masterpiece to have. And for today is all. I hope you liked the video. If you do, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. And because I compare this to the Daytona, maybe I'll do a video in the future comparing directly the pros and cons of the Omega and the Rolex to see, yeah, let's make a new battle like in the past to see which watch comes winner, okay? See you next time, take care, ciao.